all, you had the day, right? You have been hearing about a lot of sessions, a lot of new techniques, new hacking times, right? So, and here we are going to, not to bore you, here we are going to present a simpler topic compared to the previous presentation. Okay, first of all, about myself.
You should do who is.
Okay. So myself Abhijith. I work at EY as a security analyst, and besides that, I do travel for some time on a motorcycle, and I do write blogs. So this is my colleague.
Hi, I'm Thoufeeque, and I've been doing web application security for the past couple of years, and currently working as a security analyst in one of the Big Four. And other than web application security, I do play with radio devices, that anything that communicate wirelessly. I do have a passion towards that also. Also, I'm a ham radio operator. For those who don't know about hams, like if you have that license, then you will be able to transmit into a few frequencies. So you will be able to communicate with other hams and do some cool experiments. It's as exciting like breaking web applications. So that's a brief intro about me. Back to Abhijith.
So he is literally saying that if you have any queries about ham radio, you should contact him. So
maybe after this talk.
Okay, moving forward. So the first one is significance of automation and AI. So I don't think I will have to talk a lot of stuff about this. So we have been engaging for the whole day, right? About automation and everything. So there is one more thing. Recently there is a big boom in the industry of RPA, robotic process automation. So a lot of companies are hiring a lot of people for RPA services. They are dismissing their own staff, and they are implementing RPA in a lot of locations. Let's say groupism and automation. I think I'm not gonna talk about automation here because you had your dose, right, for the day. So there's one point. Talking about artificial intelligence, we have seen there are a lot of big companies who work in the field of AI. So Elon Musk, then Facebook, they are all announcing their portion of the artificial intelligence. But as per my understanding, there is a point, cognitive intelligence or cognitive artificial intelligence. So I think, I don't know, no offense, I think it is very far from achieving in real life. What we can do that, what we can achieve that we can make more human-like or more NLP-based systems who can communicate with us in a more human behavior. So that's what we are trying to do here. Not do here, I was just talking about it. So next slide. So chatbots, you have all heard about chatbots, right? What about the first one, Elisa bot? Does anyone know about Elisa bot? Because I have seen this when I was in school. It really amazes me because just think about it. We can ask anything that we want, and the program will reply back to us. It's a DOS program, right? So later, it was created in MIT laboratory. It uses pattern matching. If you're asking something, it will just analyze the patterns and reply whatever it wants. And we may think that it is answering to us. So I used to fool my friends by showing this program. It will chat back to you, something like that. Then the Alice bot is very famous using AI/ML technology. A lot of chatbots are out there using AI/ML technology. Let's say Yahoo Messenger. In Yahoo Messenger, in the good old days of Yahoo Messenger, we could see a lot of bots. Maybe some kind of phone bots are out there. So they will ping you all the time. Just come to my chat room for personal messaging or something like that. So all those bots, they are made using AI/ML technologies. Some example, Pandora bots, maybe. Then new generation chatbots. A lot of companies are providing chat services for companies and corporations. They are using machine learning technologies or other powerful AI-like algorithms to make it work. So ChatOps, DevOps, and SecOps. We know this name, right? We heard about it at least. So it's very simple. Just like me and Thoufeeque, we are talking here. Also, we are including the tools. That means a team of 10 members or 20 members. We are talking about some process, some development strategy, something like that. So we can also put tools in between the conversation. So if I'm talking to my friend here, the bot will answer. It will do the certain things. About, for example, we need to deploy a server or something like that. It will do that. Then, the most popular name is in chat of industry. So maybe you all know about Slack, GitHub, GitLab. Recently, I did an internal pen test for GitLab. GitLab Enterprise for internal use for UI. So what I found interesting was they were using a certain bot for all of their tasks. Creating application repositories, deploying applications, a lot of things. So maybe I think how many developers are here who use Slack? Okay, we have somebody here, right? Okay. So my question is, why can we use chatbots for security testing, or like let's say pen testing, web application security testing? So whatever we want. It's like we are doing all the hard job. Manual testing, automated testing. So my question is, why can we use the same for endpoint security testing? So there are a lot of menus in here. The first one is command-based natural language. For example, if we are using Calibox for testing something, let's say we are going to perform a pod scan. There is one more thing here. We are the technical people. There is a certain team out there. Let's say project teams or development teams. For example, in case they are developing something, let's imagine they are developing secret cookies. Okay, in UI we have some policies for creating secret cookies. So each time these guys come back to us, asking us for security policies. Let's say we tell them the HTTP only flag is not maintained. So we just go back and implement HTTP only flag, then let's just come back us for data testing. Again, we are going to tell them the security, the secure flag is not maintained. So it means we are wasting a lot of time for these kind of things. No offense. They sometimes ask pretty dumb questions. About InfoSec, about development. All the policies are out there. They could just read it and they could just build the application. They don't do that. I don't know why. If they have done that, it would make the job easier for us, right? But they simply don't do that. They just always ping us, mail us, asking for each and everything. So that is one thing. And there is one more thing. API service. Almost every security application tools and development platform, they all come with APIs. APIs or some kind of libraries to access them. So we can use them and better productivity. Sometimes we are pen testers, but sometimes we are doing an office job, just like a personal secretary. We'll have to do all this stuff for the team. Just write individual reports. Just to explain most basic things. So sometimes we cannot even provide that. In this case, we can consider our board a most intelligent person, who knows who has a most amount of knowledge regarding InfoSec, secure development practices, etc. So, and okay, there is one more thing. I already talked about security policies, best security practices, and in this case, we can have two implementations. One separate implementation for information security, aka the testers, and the second platform for the teams. Because in case of the use for InfoSec people, we may use the most, most technological manners. We don't need to use human-like language. We can just enter our commands or in the chatbot itself, something like that. In case of other teams, they cannot. Just imagine how they are asking you a question. Just put it in a dumbest way. Let's say, let's talk about SSL. Just imagine a guy from development team is asking you about SSL security or secure side. So how is he going to ask you? In a human-like behavior. Hello, Mr. Abhijith. So how can we implement SSL security using all these libraries? Some of them has, doesn't have the predefined length, something like that. They won't ask you the technical questions, put in the dumbest way. how can we implement SSL? That's a much basic question. Since we are not developers, we cannot answer that question, right? We are supposed to test SSL and we are supposed to find vulnerabilities regarding SSL. We are not supposed to tell them how to implement this, right? So in this case, we can make the board. Just put all the answers in the board. We have, hundreds of security policies in our offices for different applications, different platforms. We can teach the board. We can make the board understand all these. You're going to ask me, right?
Jokes apart, if you teach everyone how to implement properly, then the job of security market will drastically reduce like this. if every developer started reading the application policy standards, the company started developing it, there will be no need for so many pen testers or third-party companies to do an audit. Right?
Yeah, but
we are maintaining a state of equilibrium here.
Yeah, you got your point, but we are the lazy guys, right? Lazy guys, right? We just wanted to reduce our work. And there is one more point: the lazy guys, they always comes up with the best idea. So that's my point here. And going to our slide. So automation of web security testing, and mostly the boring tasks. We have 3 questions here: what to automate, how to automate, and why do you have to automate? I think all of these questions were answered in our previous sessions. A lot of, I think, there was Suraj and Abhinav. These guys are, previously talking about all these things, how they automated things and everything. So what we're going to do is, we are going to steal all of these guys forward. About their automation and all. And we are going to put it in our chat.
Like a Bill Gates did for Xerox Corporation.
Yeah, something like that. So what to automate? Like I said previously, it's like automating the manual tasks and tasks for the answers for the project teams and everything. And there is one more thing, like in case, like I said, there are a lot of security services, security suites, and the security service providers, which comes with APIs, and which they don't come with APIs. Let's say we have Thoufeeque in there. Let's say we have Shodan, VirusTotal, Genesis, then Bsides, then Scorecard. A lot of services are there. Secure level services are there. If they are using API, otherwise you have to give a certain account for project team and ask them to go in there. And for example, VirusTotal. Say software scan tool, right? We have to tell the person to go in there and create an account, if you have our company, then open the scan. Other than that, you can just ask them to contact this chatbot, asking for their questions. Finally, like I said, just write your scripts and record all the information, then put everything to a chatbot and make it talk like a human. Like we can use natural language processing or what you would like to do. Like I said, it boosts productivity and it makes us lazier. So that's all I want. And there is one more thing, like okay, so we are talking about chatbots, and we had, we did a research about previous, a lot of chatbots. Lita is here, Yeti and there is a powerful chatbot which was written in Python, but we found another solution. It's like Hugo. So has anybody heard about Hugo before? It's a very popular among the development industry. So it was created by GitHub, and they used it for their internal purpose at the beginning. So later it became much bigger, and they made it open source, and it is available for us. And there is also we can implement this to our other platforms such as Slack or Hero. Okay, there is one more thing about keyboard. Like you can find a way. You can just Google or you can just visit GitLab's website. The first video they described about GitLab, they are just displaying this boarding here. Some guy is typing there about deploying some applications and production environment. This board does that. So we selected keyboard for our purpose since it is very easy to configure. Not so easy, but still it's very possible. And we used we had a chatbot, and this chatbot supports a lot of adapters. Adapters means keyboard is just the backend, which was written in Node and CoffeeScript. Node.js and CoffeeScript. CoffeeScript is something like a high level of JavaScript. You could just very easily write scripts in that. That's a very easy platform. And since we have the header, keyboard as our platform, we need to find an interface, let's say an adapter, We found Rocket Chat in there. Rocket Chat is very responsive and is very easy to use, and we mostly support AD authentication. If we are using this chat application inside of company, it's like we are not going to use custom authentication there. We are going to use AD authentication. It is more accountable, right? And it is more secure, compared to custom authentication. That's one big advantage of Rocket Chat. It supports AD authentication. Also, we can give certain permissions. Let's say we are not supposed to give the same permissions as pen testers to other teams or developers. They are going to do some, damage in there. So for our instance, we have used Ubuntu and Rocket Chat. It is, the setup is quite clean and quite powerful. And here is a recipe for the perfect mode. So we used Linux at the back end because it comes with all the secure tools, all the command line tools and everything. So we use Calibox as a platform for the board, and we have installed Node.js and NPM, Node Package Manager, and by using that we can install Qboard. You could just visit the site of Qboard. I mean, maybe I will just share a link to my own blog. I'm going to publish a pretty neat setup on how to make this from the scratch. So and then we have Yeoman, and by using Yeoman and Node.js, we can install. We can install Rocket Chat after setting up npm Node and Yeoman. Then we are going to install Qboard, and we are going to install the adapter which supports Rocket Chat. So also we can access Qboard with command line or any other applications. Interface or Aero or something like that. But in our installation, we have used Rocket Chat with Qboard. And Redis is something like a brain of our chatbot. It's a NoSQL. Something like, let's say our keyboard was in CoffeeScript. This, I haven't included the slides for that. We have, the keyboard is working based on CoffeeScript. The CoffeeScript has a certain part, let's say response and here. So it will look in the chat section for certain keywords or regex stories. A respond means it will only respond to who calls the bot. Here means it will hear and it will listen to all the communication going on the chat room and respond as per the communication which is going on there. We can use for the demo we have just done something simple. In real life we can use regex stories, complex regex stories to understand what they are doing. What they are talking about in there, and we can respond. So Redis, it is like a NoSQL database, and every communication going on there will be recorded in real time, and it will be saved somewhere, so that we can teach the bot something. All the time we are not able to, will not be able to create CoffeeScript for each and everything. So if a person has certain permissions, he can teach the bot. You should answer like this if someone is talking, this way, something like that. So that's how we are using. That's why we are using Redis databases there. So it's like there's one more thing. From a security perspective, we are not supposed to use root because most of us are using Calibox from the root itself. We don't want to type sudo all the time, and I don't do that. So in this case, we are going to going to use a user with a very limited privileges. Otherwise, it's going to be a master. So so we are going to install Calibox. Then we are going to install Node.js. Calibox comes with a pre-production version of Node.js, but we are not supposed to use that. We can use version 6 to 8 for this instance. Then we need npm. By using npm, you can install Qboard. Then we can install Rocket Chat. Maybe you can do it from Snap, or you can download it from Rocket Chat website itself. Then we have CoffeeScript as the backend of Qboard, and there is a database. I put GitHub in there because Qboard website is in Git pages, and we can download from there as well. And let's start building our bot. Okay, so we built our bot. For a detailed installation and detailed configuration, I'll just share your link. So first of all, we have set up our board, right? We got the Calibox and we set up our board. And next thing is scrapping for the existing Qboard. It's like from the beginning, we don't want to, create new script for everything from the scratch. So just search for some previously available script. First location was GitHub itself. You can just search for Qboard script, and we will find a lot of tools in there. A lot of scripts out there. and a lot of good folks has put their effort on it, and they have created a lot of scripts, and their mind was big enough to put it on GitHub for free. So we could just find that and we just download it. Next thing is NPM. In NPM itself, like not package manager, you could just search for keyboard script. We'll find a lot of things in there. But there is one difference. It's like the manual script has to put in a different folder, and the NPM package script has to be put in a different folder. I'll show you that later on the demo. And finally, we can just modify, or we can just modify, or you can just use this previously available. And finally, creating the new script of execute testing. It depends on what kind of work that we are doing. It's like, first of all, you can use CoffeeScript for creating new things. And it's very easy to write. We wrote some and we rendered a few. And we are also created a bunch of script to automate manual testing. It's like also it allows the use of Python and Bash. Just imagine it allows to use Python testing scripts and Bash scripts. That means we can almost every tool which is available in the internet, right? Because a lot of guys are creating their scripts in Bash or Python, most probably Python. Because I think I had a session from Fire. We were doing some pretty good tools out there to perform recon in a perfect sense. So it's like we can just include it in our chatbot. The issue is we need to make sure the first thing is we don't need to remove any command or something, right? We just need to ask the bot, hey bot, what are the options for doing recon? Or can you please get me the subdomain, something like that. Then we could just link this Python script or shell script to our chatbot. So it's pretty simple. Just imagine the host. So finally, actually there is a comics in Kerala. I mean, we are from Kerala, Trivandrum to be exact. I mean, you might have heard about it, right? Trivandrum. So there is a big temple which has a lot of gold in there, something like that. So actually we are from Trivandrum itself. We named our chatbot Sheru because in the comic there is two characters. One is a dumb tiger and next one is a fox. Let's say Suthan, right? So Sheru is kind of a dumb guy. He obeys almost every command of his friend, the fox. He did not even check what he is asking to do. He just does it. So just like that, we named our bot Sheru because we were just naming the bot system at that night. And I just asked Thoufeeque, what should be the name, bot or keyboard? He said, let's go with Sheru. Because I think he still reads random also. I mean, comics or something like that. He's young enough for that, right? Okay, let's believe our bot is not dumb as the tiger Sheru, and still we love Sheru because he may be dumb, but he's kind of good. And it's demo time. I think Thoufeeque will be walking through the demo.
So I hope you guys got an idea about what is QBot and its capabilities. So now let me just walk you through how it behaves in a real world environment.
And there's one short notice, a quick notice. We're just showing a POC here.
So I am going to play a recorded chat session within the InfoSec team, and the interesting part is here we also have our bot Sheru, and this is the interface for Rocket Chat because we use Rocket Chat as the adapter for QBot. And if we type Sheru help, it will display all the commands that we need. We can communicate with the bot. And this is what really happening on the back end. And this is the real-time log for the QBot server. And the user would just type Sheru help, and within the chat group of InfoSec. And this is the user user management page for Rocket Chat, and as you can see, Sheru is a bot, and we also have Abhijith, Bonnie, Groot, Thoufeeque, that's me, are also in this chat window. And Rocket Chat, it's a default user comes with the Rocket Chat installation. So it's a bot. And we are all on the chat room for a sec. Thoufeeque is typing something. Hello guys. And Sheru just responded saying, what about saying box picture? Because all these items are just back in backend, and Bonnie is coming in the chat window. He said, hello Sheru. Sheru replied itself. Sheru will respond to everyone differently because that's how we got it in the backend. So we don't feel like we are talking to a bot. We feel like more human. Yeah, also saying hello. He said hi. So Thoufeeque on a curl scan on google.com just for a POC. So Sheru fetched on the header from google.com and displayed directly to the chat window. And Modi just asked that show the approved typeface. If you ever worked in a corporate infosec organization, then you know this because you will have policies for what should be used and what should not be used. And memorizing these policies, it's a really headache thing. So we can teach everything to Sheru for our board. It will learn. So if we need to recollect anything, we can simply ask him.
You're telling it is easy to teach a bot rather than a human being employee of a company.
Yeah, basically.
And they should employ two us.
And fire all of us.
I see George.
Okay, Bonnie wants an SSL scan on demo.sql.net. I think Sheru is performing that's in the background. So this window is recorded from the user Groot. Groot is the admin user. So Groot wanted security header scan on abhijith.live. Sheru just went to securityheaders.io and performed a header scan and displayed the result back to the chat window. So Thoufeeque is just is Google SSL okay, and Sheru performed a SSL scan on SSL lab and displayed the results there. And this is the result for Bonnie's request to display all the SSL cycles because he already requested for SSL scan on demo.decibel.net and it is there. And Bonnie is typing something again. Yeah, Bonnie wants to know is TF3 allowed? Because if we need, if you have any doubt, because as you can see, the top cyber suit list, there are multiple cyber lists. So if we have any doubt regarding these cyphers are accepted or not approved by our policy, we can simply just...
Yeah, just believe me guys, these guys, they always come to us asking for one by one, this cipher we should use on this cipher.
So simply we can ask that to Sheru. We don't look for the documentations and all this stuff. We can do that while doing the testing. Actually that part is doing by Sheru.
The Sheru source code is open?
Yeah, it is open. The thing is, dude, we just wrote a few script. Everything else is open source. We will publish our script, you can use everything. I mean, it's up to your imagination.
So I think the time is running out. I will skip to some of the important.
Yeah, fine. And then you have audience question.
Okay. So in this time, Abhijith asked map scan to Sheru, it's already done, and Thoufeeque is writing something. That's okay. So Thoufeeque wants to do an SS scan on 8.8.8. That's the and
I have a question. Yeah.
So we just
if you look at the NSS page, there is a scan has just created and it is running against 8.8.8.8. We don't need to manually go there and do the scan stuff.
L1 security guy gone. L1 security guy gone.
no, that is
actually, we used NSS API to integrate with our board. And again, body works.
Not only NSS, internally we have a lot of applications, their APIs, paid by UI, which we are not supposed to show here since our man is in front of us.
So body just asks for another scan, and it's just.
If you want to change the policies as well.
Can you?
Can you change the policies as well?
Yeah, sure.
Kind of stance. So we will have to tell which stance
So you are saying that middle of performing a scan, can
if you want that to perform just the top 8.
You can ask in the mic so that everyone can be benefited.
There are different kinds of policies that have to be checked.
Yes, we can do that. Because right now for demo, just hardcode the POC. I mean, what policy? Just the hostel stuff.
Or you tone down your Sheru for the public demonstration.
Yeah. Because we had to record this video, before 2 days.
What all tools are there which are integrated with?
No, in the backend we have pretty powerful Python script. We can just got everything that which we want.
Can I do exploitation as well?
Sorry?
Can I do exploitation as well?
No, right now no.
Just analysis.
Yes. Yes. I mean, we like to keep it low.
Sheru 2.0.
So
Yeah.
we can still integrate with other of these candies like Bsides, or you can integrate with Shodan, or also bug integration is also there. So maybe.
Everyone got it.
And let's say we have the headless API, then for Shodan, and other services we have paid versions. We just we started playing around with that. So. And please.
Yeah, I have a question. Is there a possibility, it's about a static, you would have already pre-programmed a set of commands which Sheru is going to execute, right?
Yeah, and there is one more thing, just doing the conversation, we can just teach output with using the command respond. Just respond when you hear this plus headless version. So, and only a few people are allowed to do that, otherwise all the people will. Recently there is a Microsoft chatbot issue, right? It went, racist. Yeah, so something like that.
So, but how much of, let's say, automatic learning? See, one is about teaching, right? So, let's say you teach a child that, okay, this is how you respond to
yes. Let's come to that in the next slide. And what is next? I think we ran out of time. So we just tried our best to make our code all human. And the next thing is we can just link it with a lot of publicly available APIs. Let's say API.ai and Google API. There's one big problem there. In case we are using it internally, so if you use all the sensitive questions will be going to these guys. So we don't want that. So what we are going to do is, let's check with our bot, does it contains any sensitive information, and it will just, after that you just go to the API. So the user will get a more human-like behavior. It's very powerful APIs. And the next one, there are a lot of security concerns, like we are just giving our bot a lot of permissions to run commands and everything. So we just need to make sure every user has a certain limit of permissions and privileges and something like that. So finally, authentication, authorization, according is everything, because we found some issues in there. I mean, we don't want some guy from project team comes to our board and make the board perform and intrude his scan against the whole company. So we don't want that. So, and finally, sky's the limit.
How many tasks simultaneously can be performed by?
It will be doing in the backside. So actually that was in the video itself, right? So while performing NSS scan, some guy said yes, I mean hi. They don't respond to that.
And how will Shero certificate legit personnel making the request or
Actually, we are managing the authorization and authentication part. So it will be an authorized. Also, if we are integrating it in an MNC or organization, then probably that would be an AD authentication. So that must be a legit guy.
Close for the session of Bsides 2017. Last session was very informative, and people were asking questions and all those things. Very thank you for Abhijith and Thoufeeque. Now we ask Mr. Thoufeeque to give a small token of appreciation to them.